Alrighty, good evening. So this is our evening reading, our second read aloud for today, and it's called Ladybugs by Gailbibbons. And let's see what we're gonna learn about ladybugs. We've been learning a lot, so I just wanted to end today with this book, and then next week we're gonna start on ants. So look at all those ladybugs. And in the picture, they look like they're bigger, but look, there's another little square right there where it says that the actual size is these are tiny insects as well. Okay. A flower gently sways in the breeze, a small bug is looking for food. It's a ladybug, right? It's an insect. And don't forget, we said that they are part of the beetles group. Many ladybugs fly and move about looking for food. They eat aphids and other insects such as scales and mites that are harmful to plants. So this is really good because this is what ladybugs do. They help us get rid of those insects that harm the plants, right? And there you have pictures of aphids, which we have seen pictures of aphids. We have seen pictures of mites. So we know what these little tiny insects are, and this is the food that the ladybugs eat. A ladybug is a beetle, and that we also learned. The hard outside of an adult ladybug protects its soft insides. We've learned that too, right? Because they're not flying with their red wings. They're flying with their soft wings, which are hidden underneath. They're protected. And right there it just says a beetle is an insect with a hard outside covering and 2 sets of wings underneath. So beautiful ladybugs. A ladybug's body. So this is the side view of a ladybug. And it says that, like other insects, a ladybug's body has 3 main parts, which we know, right? The head, the thorax, and the abdomen. And then we have that everything is pointed to. There's pointing to the head, the thorax, the abdomen. It's pointing to the outer wings. It's pointing to the 6 legs that it has, the jaws, right? Strong jaws that they need to eat their food. Their antennas, remember this, we've said this so many times already, you should know this now. So the antennas are for touching, tasting, and smelling. And what else? Then we have the top view. The ladybug has 2 sets of wings, which we know. So those are called the inner wings or the soft wings, right? Those are inside. The outer wings or the hard wings are the red ones, the ones that are protecting the inner wings. Let's see what else. So it says different kinds of ladybugs, and this is exactly what we touched on today. So we said that today there are many different kinds of ladybugs. Okay, not all the ladybugs look the same. They're not all the same color. They don't have all the same spots. So we have different kinds of ladybugs from all over the place, all over the world, different countries. And ladybugs can be many different colors and sizes. Some are small, as a head of a pin. Some are large, as big as a child's fingernails. Most are a size in between. So there's like tiny, then small, and then a little bit more small. So we have a 2-spotted ladybug, 4-spotted ladybug, yellow spotted ladybug. We have a black 2-dotted ladybug. We have a 7-spotted ladybug. We have a molted ladybug. What else do we have? An ash gray ladybug, an orange spotted ladybug, spotless ladybug. That's a ladybug that has no spots at all. We have a black 3-spotted ladybug. And don't forget, I also mentioned that not only are they called ladybugs, but in some other places they might call them ladybirds or lady beetles. Okay, so if you hear somebody say a ladybird or a lady beetle, it just means they're talking about a ladybug. Okay. They live on 6 of the 7 continents. Many scientists believe there are about 5,000 different kinds of ladybugs around the world. They also believe there are 475 different types of ladybugs in North America. So look at that. So many ladybugs. We have the 4 stages from egg to adult ladybug. And we were talking about this too. So we said the first stage was the egg stage, right? Ladybugs mate in spring and summer. A ladybug finds its mate by the scent rather than sight, and in about 1 week they mate, and then they lay eggs, right? During the next week, the eggs turn from yellow to white. So they're going to be yellow eggs and they're going to turn white when they are about to hatch. And we also, remember, it says that there are plenty of aphids that the larva, when it comes out, when it hatches, will eat, right? So that's what the ladybug mommy does. She needs to find a place where their babies will have food. The second stage is the larva. The larva is after a few days, the eggs are ready to hatch. The thin shell begins to split open. The ladybug larva crawls out. They eat their eggshells and begin to eat aphids. So on this second stage, one larva can eat up to 30 aphids a day. A larva eats so much that its outside covering becomes too tight. The outside covering splits and it sheds. A new, larger outside covering takes place, and this is called molting. And this is something that I also told you. Molting is when they have to shed their skin, right? They're changing their skin so that way it fits everything that they're eating now. The larva continues to eat and get larger. It may molt 3 more times before it is fully grown. After molting for the last time, the larva is attaching itself to a safe place using a sticky liquid at the end of its abdomen. So then once it's ready, it's going to form into something else. And this is where we're going to go to the third stage, the pupa. So the ladybug larva is now called the pupa. So outside, the covering of the pupa is becoming hard, and the inside, the ladybug pupa, will continue to develop. It will not eat or move during this time, but inside it's growing. So that way we go to the fourth stage where it's a ladybug. Now the ladybug pupa begins to split open its hard covering. Head first, the ladybug pulls its body out. The ladybug's body is pale and soft, and it has no... So when it's born, it's going to have no dots. And remember, I also said when it starts to come out from that larva case, it looks like a yellow ladybug with no spots, okay? Its body slowly hardens. Its two delicate, transparent, remember transparent means clear, inner wings, which will be used for flying, need to extend and dry. They need them to be dry first, just like the butterfly. The butterfly doesn't come out of the chrysalis, or the moth doesn't come out of the cocoon right away. It needs to wait for its wings to dry, okay? Then they slip back under the hard outer wings for protection. In about an hour, the ladybug is ready to live a ladybug's life. Dots begin to appear on this ladybug. Soon the adult ladybug opens its hard wings and unfolds its flying wings, and the ladybug lifts itself up in the air. It will spend its life going from plant to plant, eating aphids and other insects, and sometimes they might eat some plants too. So here you go. It says ladybugs crawl around more than they fly. So they spend most of their time crawling and not so much flying, okay? But they do fly. They're insects that fly. Danger! A ladybug has many enemies, including birds, frogs, and other insects. It has 3 major ways to defend itself. Its bright color is nature's warning to others that the insect may be poisonous or just taste bad. So that's the color red. When a ladybug is attacked, its legs joints ooze a yellow fluid. Ooh. So when a ladybug feels that it's in danger, it's going to ooze this yellow fluid. So it's just going to kind of like, and it has a terrible smell that's going to keep enemies away. So that's the second way that they protect themselves, right, from predators. Remember, predators is an animal that wants to eat another one, right? Or a ladybug will also pretend to be dead, and then the predator will lose interest. So then it's just going to go on its back and pretend it's dead. So that way the other insect or whoever's trying to eat him will just say, oh, he's dead, so I'm not going to eat him, right? So it just goes away. Ladybugs must protect themselves from cold winter weather. Thousands of ladybugs find a safe, warm place such as under a rock or nestle under leaves. And they hibernate, so they're not going to be out during this weather. Like other insects, ladybugs are cold-blooded. Their body temperatures are controlled by the air surrounding them, and they become active again when the temperature rises. Okay, so that means in the spring and in the summertime, they're going to be out and about. Gardeners and farmers have always been against insects that damage their plants and crops, but they appreciate ladybugs because they eat the plant-damaging insects. In the late 1800s, many crops in California were attacked by destructive insects. Farmers were desperate. When lots of the ladybugs were released in the field, they ate the destructive insect. Within a year, crops were thriving again. So this is why they love ladybugs so much, because they eat the aphids and any other insect that may harm plants. When farms become larger, farmers begin to use poisonous pesticides to kill plant-eating insects. With time, some farmers realized that those pesticides could be bad for the crops because they damaged the soil, polluted water, and were harmful to wildlife, including ladybugs. So they had to stop using these chemicals that they spray on the plant to kill insects. So instead, now there's just ladybugs. So today, agriculture experts are finding safer ways to protect crops, which include using ladybugs again. So this is what they're doing now. They're not going to be using the pesticides. They're going to be using the ladybugs to eat the insects. Organic foods are grown without using chemicals. Many plants have ladybugs, helping them to become insect-free and grow into delicious foods that we can eat. Ladybugs are beautiful to look at and interesting to watch, but they are also important insects that help the environment. So yes, this is why I love ladybugs, because they're important to our environment, okay? They help us out. And then that is the end of our story, and this, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, this is called Ladybugs by Gailbibbons, and this is the end of our story. Thank you. See you on Monday.